All right, so sharing status and progress in Shortcut. Wanted to talk about that with all of you. So earlier this year, we actually had a few webinars about our roadmap feature in Shortcut. And something that came through was that folks were really cognizant about making sure that the status and progress of work in your roadmap was shared across stakeholders who may not spend as much time in Shortcut. So I wanted to walk all of you through a workflow that we currently do internally to help with that process. So I wanted to start with this example. We'll have a roadmap review where we review the roadmap with stakeholders and all the folks involved. And so here's a Slack message reminder that I set for folks who own epics to go into Shortcut and update the health of that epic. And I do this in advance of the meeting, so that way things run a bit more smoothly. Something that's really great about that is when folks go in to update the health of their epics, if you have the Shortcut Slack integration enabled, that work then gets pushed into your Slack instance. So all that activity that's happening in real time is already visible to folks who aren't in Shortcut, but might see that activity in your team's Slack feed. So that's a really good way to increase visibility even before you get to your meeting. So discussions can happen maybe in advance. You need to talk to an Epic owner to make sure you're aligned. So that way, if decisions need to be made during your roadmap review, you're ready to go. Something else that I do in advance of a roadmap review is for folks who may not spend as much time in Shortcut, I'll send a reminder to them to go in and review the roadmap in advance of the meeting. And to help them with that, I actually generate an image directly from Shortcut. You can do this on the roadmap page for your team's roadmap. Just click share, and that'll generate an image. And I think Jordan will help out with sharing a link to our Help Center article to help you all if you want to do that for yourselves. And you can attach that image to a Slack message or an email, however you communicate with your stakeholders. So hopefully this is something that you can take away and use for your processes when you align with your stakeholders on your roadmap to make sure that everyone is brought along for the ride and knows what's going on with all of your work in progress and the reasoning behind the status of your work. Something else I wanted to make sure we called out was we have a new page in our settings menu. This is the features page. This enables you to disable features or enable features depending on how your teams work. So now you can even further personalize your workspace, not just making a hub for your team, but also if you don't necessarily use docs or objectives, you can remove that from your workspace to help folks stay focused.